Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we find ourselves in Hollywood, Florida, visiting the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. That building right there in front of you is a giant building in the shape of a giant guitar. Probably the coolest Hard Rock hotel I've ever seen in my life. But check this out. If you follow it all the way up into the clouds, you can see the spotlight looks like the guitar strings leading up into the heavens. Technically, I guess that's considered Stairway to Heaven, right? Just like the Ripley's Museums, Jessica and I have been tracking down and seeking out music memorabilia inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. This one has to be the coolest.
Wherever I come, bad luck just comes my way. Wherever I go, hard luck is there to stay. Good luck never stays a day. Bad luck's always coming my way.
One thing that Jessica and I both love, especially about Hard Rock, is their use of lights. It's just a beautiful place. Kind of reminds me of Vegas. As soon as we walk into the hotel, we're greeted by one of Madonna's outfits. Just look at that thing. That's cool. I don't know if it's because it's Florida, but it seems like every Hard Rock, at least here in Florida, has something that was owned by Tom Petty. Here's one of his guitars. It's probably the nicest one that I've seen of his in a Hard Rock. Here on the wall they have a guitar that was owned and signed by both Jimmy Page and Robert Plant. Look at that thing. Now this is a first for me. They have a custom jacket that was part of Billy Idol's, I repeat, Billy Idol's stage wardrobe. That's cool. Jessica's a big fan of Rihanna. And this outfit, it says this unusual outfit was worn on stage during her 2010 to 2011 Last Girl on Earth tour. That's unusual, but very unique. I'm actually a big fan of Neil Diamond, and here is one of his personal cars. Yes, a car actually in a Hard Rock hotel. And it was his. He owned it. It was his personal vehicle, and he donated it. That is friggin' beautiful. Holy cow. I turn the corner and I'm greeted with this crazy, oh so groovy outfit that was worn by Elvis Presley in the 1970s. That's something. Never seen anything like that before. I probably wouldn't wear it, but the King did. Alright, they have this motorcycle properly blocked off because if it wasn't there, I'd be sitting on it. Probably even riding it around the Hard Rock because it was Elvis's. How cool is this? Custom-made cowboy boots for Buddy Holly. And if you get a closer look at them, there's an eagle, but take a look at the initials on the side of this boot. BH for Buddy Holly. That's cool. That's bad booty. I love how Hard Rock displays their music memorabilia, especially whenever they hide things down certain corridors. The black suit on the left, owned by Roy Orbison. The one on the right, Elvis Presley. Also in this hallway is a guitar that was owned by the Everly Brothers, and it's also signed by them. Here's an outfit worn by Jennifer Lopez, and I'm not gonna lie, it kind of reminds me of the Bride of Frankenstein. Maybe it's just Halloween, but it does feel very Bride of Frankenstein-ish to me. And a very unique and colorful outfit worn by Lady Gaga. That's different. The outfit on the left was worn by Alicia Keys. And the Gibson Les Paul on the right that's broken, Beyonce. From the Addicted to Love video. By chance, do you remember a post-apocalyptic video called Now from a band called Paramore? Here are the outfits. Now here's something a little interesting. There is a red suit that was owned and worn by Till from the band Rammstein. I'm actually a little surprised at how much Nine Inch Nails stuff Hard Rock Hotel has. Here's a guitar that was Trent Reznor's. Look at this thing. And if you look closely, it's even signed by Trent. Here's a few items from the band Velvet Revolver. The outfit on the right-hand side, Slash. Here's an outfit that was worn by Steven Tyler from the band Aerosmith. First time seeing something like this in a hard rock. That's cool. And here is the guitar that is signed by all 5 members of the band Aerosmith. They even have a red dress on display that was owned and worn by Janet Jackson. This is a little interesting. Here is a custom outfit worn by Prince while he was performing on stage with his buddy Lenny Kravitz, which right next to it, there's a guitar that was Lenny Kravitz's. The 3 outfits over here in the corner, the black one was owned by Madonna, the one in the middle, the white one, Chili from TLC, and the blue one on the right, Cher. They have a pretty tattered and torn outfit here worn by Blasco from Rob Zombie. That's cool. It looks dirty, but it's cool. The guitar on the left is from the band Pearl Jam, but check out this outfit over here worn by John 5. Look at this thing. It kind of reminds me of a creature from the Dark Crystal. Surprisingly, it looks pretty comfortable. 3 outfits on display. The one on the left is Steve Vai, the one in the middle, David Bowie, and the one on the right, Sammy Hagar. Probably one of the coolest guitars I've ever seen in my life. Nancy Wilson's guitar from the band Heart. Alright, aside from Neil Diamond's car, these outfits from the Supremes are probably the coolest things I have ever seen in a hard rock before. Much respect. Look at all of those gold records. That's beautiful. You see all those gold records? I absolutely love coming to places like this because the music memorabilia is out of this world. Oh my word. A guitar and a black coat that once belonged to Roy Orbison. That's amazing. That's bad booty. That's cool. That's really cool. They even have a suit that was once worn by Buddy Holly. But check this out. Let's get a closer look. Because we noticed something. You see the little frayed marks right there? You see them? That's where his guitar rested. Little things like that are really cool. This case is rather unique. That picture right there is Frank Sinatra. That's his hat. Here's a guitar that is signed by Frank Sinatra himself, but right below it is a picture of Sammy Davis Jr. But check this out. It is a notebook, and the sign says that inside this notebook is an alphabetized list of Sammy Davis Jr. his Laserdisc collection. Laserdisc, people. Laserdisc. They have some really cool Beatles stuff here. There's a picture of John Lennon, but right above him is a newspaper that says John Lennon shot dead. December 9th, 1980. Wow. Attention Led Zeppelin fans, that album on the right-hand side is an original Russian pressing of Stairway to Heaven. Say what? They even have music memorabilia from the B-52s. And here they are on the cover of the Rolling Stone magazine, and it's signed by each of the members. All right, this is kind of crazy. They have one of the Adidas suits that belonged to Jonathan Davis of Korn. That's cool. Well, this is just downright amazing. They have Madonna's Like a Virgin dress that she wore on the album cover. This is officially the coolest thing that Hard Rock owns. Just check it out. And if you look over this way off to the side, you can see that there's still some rose petals in the dress. Well, I don't know if those were there or if they were added, or maybe they were glued on. But that's just cool. Here's a jumpsuit worn by Michael Jackson during the Victory Tour, which was Michael's first concert tour after the release of Thriller. They have something very similar to this one at the Hard Rock Hotel in Orlando, Universal Resort. And here's another outfit worn by Lady Gaga. And you know what? To be honest, half of this stuff just looks uncomfortable. But when you're on stage, you gotta look good for your fans, I'm guessing. So, much respect. I couldn't wear it. I could see Jessica wearing that. These outfits on display, the one on the left-hand side, worn by Shakira, the one on the right, Rihanna. Yeah, they officially have some pretty amazing items on display. Brian Setzer's yellow suit from the Stray Cats. It's a little blown out, but you get the picture. That's bright. It's yellow. Items on display here, the one on the left in the white, Tammy Wynette. The blue one in the middle, Hank Williams Jr. But the third one, the red one, is Dolly Parton's red robe. That's cool. This is probably the coolest corner I've seen. The white suit was worn by Aretha Franklin. The one in the middle, Stevie Nicks from Fleetwood Mac. And the one on the right, the purple, believe it or not, Etta James. This is pretty amazing. Outfit worn by Keith Moon from The Who. Just check that out. Also from The Who, they have the bass that belonged to John Entwistle. Okay, now I know that this Hard Rock Hotel and Casino has an amazing collection. The Temptations. The guitar on the left belonged to Santana, and the military-style jacket on the right belonged to Mick Jagger from the Rolling Stones. He wore it on stage during the Steel Wheels tour. It just doesn't end. Here's one of the guitars owned by Eric Clapton. Just check that out. Very cool. I did not know this. Plaque here reads that in 1967, John Lennon was cast as Private Gripweed in a movie called How I Won the War. This was the jacket he wore in that film. And if you look very closely at the pocket, he signed it. I really love that they have a lot of Buddy Holly stuff here. Here is a jacket that he wore. That's cool. It looks so soft. Another very cool item, this time owned by Johnny Cash. It is the guitar that was custom made for him in the 60s. But check this out, ready? I guess you would consider this battle wounds. Just look at all the nicks and all the cracks. Well, it did stand the test of time. The guitar on the left is an early model of the Gibson Les Paul from the 70s, but that jacket, it belonged to Sammy Davis Jr. He was tiny. Wait a second, they even have movie props here? Here is the hockey stick putter that Adam Sandler used in the movie Happy Gilmore. Screen used. And there's a photo of him using it, and it's signed by Adam Sandler himself. Quotations, it says happy. Outfits on display here. The one on the left-hand side is Taylor Swift. The one in the middle, the pink, is Ariana Grande, and I'm not ashamed to admit it. I think I'm in love with her. And my wife. She's so tiny. They're both so tiny. And the one on the right, John Legend. Behind me is the Hard Rock Cafe. They do have some music memorabilia on the wall. It's a little hard to see, so let's see how close we can get and what we can make out. It might be a little hard to see, but the boots that are in the center of your screen belonged to Elton John. The skeleton sweater, Cheap Trick, that weird jumpsuit that's colorful belonged to Prince. But check this out. The blue pajamas, owned by Elvis Presley. Here's another bass guitar owned by John Entwistle from The Who. Just look at this thing. That thing is beautiful. That shirt right there, worn by Michael Jackson during the Scream music video. Pretty iconic. He did it with his sister. All right, that's pretty impressive. Those pants right there, worn by Freddie Mercury himself from Queen. Notice the red stripe? I said it before and I'll say it again. I absolutely love the way the Hard Rock Hotel and Casinos choose to display their memorabilia. Sometimes it's hit and miss. This time it's a hit. I think I'm just going to go ahead and say that I think that this Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood, Florida has to be my favorite one that we have visited. Everything is well organized. Everything is well lit. You'd be surprised how hard it is to light music memorabilia the way that they do. Top notch. Love this place.
Wherever I come, bad luck is coming my way. Wherever I go, hard luck is there to stay. Good luck never stays a day. Bad luck's always coming my way.